died slowly out of like starvation or things like this, where they have had other ones that just sort of fell like face first, just collapsed as they were walking, boom, boom, just dead. But they have no idea what it is right now until they start getting them all tested. But they have ruled out anthrax.
Oh, good. So that's good to know. Nobody's mailing them letters with anthrax in them. Good.
The reason for that is because last year, more than 100 elephants in Botswana died of a suspected outbreak of natural anthrax.
Jesus.
So the investigations reported that then that the elephants died from anthrax, while others were victims of drought at the time. But they cannot figure these ones out.
Botswana has the most elephants of any country in Africa.
Yeah, to say how many are there, because there's a lot less now.
118,736 wild elephants in Botswana.
Over 118,000? Holy shit.
There's only 400,000 worldwide, apparently.
Oh, wow.
It's got like a quarter of them in Botswana. The population in Kenya is falling. The population in Botswana is growing rapidly. The most famous, Kenya, the world's most famous safari destination, has only 26,000. I didn't even know there was that many. I thought there was way less than that. So
yeah, same here.
400,000 in Africa, and then like the rest, probably some zoo has them.
Yeah.
That's craziness.
Well, to date, 275 elephant carcasses have been verified against the 365 reported cases. There are 3 laboratories that are going to be working this to deal with the samples. That one's in Zimbabwe, one's in South Africa, and the other one's in Canada.
That's cool.
So there we go. So Canada on the front line, trying to figure out what the fuck happened to a bunch of elephants.
I am getting this story from Al Jazeera, just so you people know. Al Jazeera, while it does kind of lean a little toward the crazy, generally not a lot of bullshit in their news. So
yeah,
it's the one I tend to try to go to when I can, because they don't care if the American listen to them or whatever. So
yeah,
there's no like political real influence on Al Jazeera, except they're kind of a little bit, Muslim-y sometimes.
Sorry.
No, I don't know how else to say it tonight. I'm not
Muslim-y. That's great.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm reading this, and I don't know, it's crazy.
It's insane. Well, even last year, they had more than 500 vultures in Botswana were poisoned after elephant carcasses were laced with chemicals.
That's fucking just good, because vultures are weird.
And one of the comments is blaming it on 5G satellites. So
yeah, of course.
Saw that, like, and there it is. You're seeing hundreds now. It'll be thousands soon. Oh, shut up, douchebag. Yeah, very sad news.
Yeah. More people than that died from COVID, apparently, in Iran over the weekend.
Yes, they're in the middle of a huge fucking sweep again.
But I just want to point out this motherfucker in Vancouver who keeps posting shit on my page, who I'm gonna block pretty soon here, but this hydroxychloroquine bullshit, it doesn't work. It hasn't worked. Everyone stopped using it in Iran. It did not help anyone, not a single fucking person. It did not reduce mortality in any way.
Nope.
Stop posting that it helps and that the world's covering it up. Or maybe they are, and I'm just getting bullshit information from every other country in the world. It's possible.
Well, I'll tell you this. Britain is close to a 500 million pound supply deal with Sanofi and GlaxoSmithKline for 60 million doses of a potential COVID-19 vaccine. Now, right now, there are there's more than 100 vaccines being developed and tested around the world to stop the COVID-19. And Britain is up ahead with their saying, well, we're going to do a 500 million pound fucking order to get a bunch of these things in.
That's like almost $1 billion.
Yeah, it's $500 million.
Oh, 500 million pounds. That's
625 million US.
Oh, is that all? The pound's going down.
Yeah, it's dramatically dropped. Ever since they started the Brexit thing, their dollar dropped.
I don't know. I'm so sick of the story. I just wanted to bring it up because the numbers almost match the elephants, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Because in Iran, it doesn't matter. That many women are getting pregnant right now too. They'll be back.
Yeah, it's not going to affect anything.
That's what they do. Yeah, that's racist.
Now, speaking of India,
we've got
or Iran.
Just real quick, the 200 something. What do we got? We got 11 million cases of COVID worldwide.
Yep.
That's it. That's the cases all together in the whole
total
time.
Cases. Yep.
11 million. 6.4 million people have recovered. So the number of deaths worldwide, 500,000.
Yeah.
Out of 11 million, we're doing okay.
I would totally agree. So Iran is in the news.
They are.
They are. They had a fire breakout at their nuclear facility that caused significant damage.
Good.
And they're blaming possible cyber sabotage.
You think it could be because you're a bunch of weird sand people with no educations and you shouldn't have a nuclear fucking plant?
No. Can't be that.
Jesus Christ, you guys can't figure out pants. You got a fucking nuclear program? The fuck? Yeah, it's a cyber attack.
And the funny thing is the fire occurred at one of the industrial sheds under construction.
The other cyber attack was the one that took away all your closed-toed shoes. Fuck.
But think about this, though. An industrial shed that was under construction helped set fire to a whole nuclear facility. I don't know.
These are
right.
I'm not saying anything about the lovely Iranian people who are lovely. Most of you are. But there's a lot of ass backwards people in your fucking country. I don't think you deserve a nuclear program. I'm sorry. You got a lot of other problems to deal with. Like locusts and fucking shoes. There's lots of things you guys need more than, like, of course, a shed. But why are you building a shed next to your nuclear plant?
Right.
These are the kind of things that, the ideas that you shouldn't be having if you deserve a nuclear plant. Although, like, anyone with a nuclear plant's not better, because there hasn't been one country that's had one that hasn't fucking failed. America has a big nuclear plant, failed. We all know about Russia. Fucking Japan's is still leaking shit. They just stopped talking about it.
Canada, we had the one, the false leak.
We did.
We're assuming it's a false leak anyway.
Who knows? Nobody checked.
Nobody checked. They just went by the text that went out 2 hours later.
I don't get this pursuit of nuclear. I think we gotta give up. Like, some things are just not supposed to be. And when you've got this much evidence and this much potential to ruin us, I think we should leave it alone. Like, it's just too scary. Yeah, it's a great energy source, but if something goes wrong, we all fucking die.
Yeah.
Like, you think COVID's bad? Go ask people in Hiroshima what COVID's like. They laugh in your face. Nuclear destruction, much, much worse than COVID is what I'm trying to say, in case you guys aren't getting that. So, I don't know. Leave it alone. I think it's something we just shouldn't do, you know? There's lots of things I don't think we should do because horrible shit happens every time we try. Breaking the sound barrier, that's not something we got to do like in a car, because people's hands melt off and they crash and die every fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those things. Just don't do it. Time travel. All evidence shows not necessary. Bad things will happen.
Yep.
That's not evidence, that's movies, but still.
At this stage of the game, I will call that evidence.
We might as well. I just don't think it. Come up with something else, really. Like oil is. Why are we stopping oil and not stopping nuclear? It's terrible, fucking horrible shit. I don't get it.
I don't know.
I got nothing. I don't know why people's priorities are so fucked. You're worried about the fucking murder hornet. Worry about goddamn Iranians having a nuclear power plant and what they're building around it. Especially with Israel fucking going ready to attack everybody this year. What do you think they're going to attack? If they really want to go at it in Iran, they're going straight for your nuclear plant, morons.
And the thing is here's the thing, Eric. I'm going to read you this little paragraph because this is genius. Iran also agreed to install no more than 5,060 of the oldest and least efficient centrifuges at this site until 2026.
Of course. It's a great thing to sign and agree to. Who the fuck agreed to that? Like, what was that a concession to? Oh, well,
that's what I want to know.
What did we negotiate away to get them to agree to not fucking kill themselves for another 5 years?
So, yeah, go ahead and use over 5,000 more of the oldest, most least efficient centrifuges you have, but keep using them for another 6 years. You'll be fine.
That's what happened in Chernobyl, too. They built it out of old shitty shit, and it fell apart.
Sounds like this literally just sounds like somebody's making a plan. That's just what it sounds like.
They took the play right out of Russia's playbook, and that's what's going to happen. They build shit and try to. This is when these guys try to like look tough, and they say, "Oh, we've got all this shit," and then we finally get fed up. We send the UN in, and we go, "Do you really have this shit?" They're like, "Shit, we got to build some shit." They called our bluff, and they build half-ass shit to try and look tough. And we know you're not tough, guys. It's cool. You don't have to be. Being tough isn't cool like it used to be. You don't have to worry about like batting your chest and being the big country. Be the smart country. We'll respect that a lot more.
Absolutely.
Look at Putin. Nobody gives a shit. If he comes, I'll be real nice to him. Don't get me wrong. If he knocks on my door, I'm going to suck his dick. But from this far away right now, of course, nobody gives a fuck that he thinks he's tough. Tough isn't cool anymore. Go ask a millennial.
They'll prove that to you.
Yeah, they'll cry if you ask them too loudly.
A little bit of a pat on the back for a Canadian for this. So there's this underground, like underwater cave system that for years and years and years and years and years they've been studying this thing. And there's a Canadian and a Mexican guy that have been running a business doing like tours and stuff throughout here. And one of the people, part of the tour group, because they said, oh, we have all the lines that go out to all different things that have been explored, all these things. Like, there's a line that goes up and through the hole, so you know that it's been thing. And this guy's like, hey, what's this over against this wall? There's no line running through it. So the Canadian and the Mexican guy ended up saying, well, fuck it, we're going to go check it out. And they had to squeeze through this very, very tight little shaft, and they get through this thing, and they discovered a whole new system of caves. But the weird thing,
I heard about this.
This is pretty cool. They found evidence of a mining operation that started 12,000 years ago.
I didn't hear about that. I did hear about this. Believe it or not, one of the guys I work with is trained in all that shit, and he's super fantastically jealous that he's not there. But he used to do all that, and he's done it underwater and shit, which is absolutely terrifying to me. But
I couldn't imagine.
He was telling me all about this, oddly enough, yesterday, because he's really excited and wants to be there doing it with them.
Yeah. Well, what they were mining, it's called I'm going to fuck the name of it up. Red ochre?
Okay, yeah.
OCHRE?
Yeah, ochre.
Ochre. So this is the red pigment. It's a high iron oxide that's mixed with clay.
I think if you want to get pissy about it, people who are pissy about this shit, I believe it's ochre.
okra's that fruit or that